Welcome to the Money Savvy Parents Podcast, the podcast for parents to gain financial education to then pass on through the generations. I am your host, Laura, mother to 3 beautiful children and founder of a financial coaching business, Savvy Peacocks. Let's remove the taboo from money together. Hello and welcome back to my podcast. Great to have you with me. Today we're going to talk about ways in which you can increase your wealth. So let's delve straight in and listen to that question from the audience.
I don't seem to be getting any further ahead with my wealth. Any tips you can share around this?
Thank you so much for bringing this up. And I love the way you've positioned that around your overall wealth. I don't seem to be finding my overall wealth growing. And all too often, when you may be feeling like this, then a financial advisor or someone at the bank or, most people would turn to talk to you about product and how you can grow your wealth through using different products and how you structure your money. We're going to talk about that today. But what I want to do is allow you to think a little bit bigger. So I have come up with this analogy called DRAINS. And the reason I've used the word DRAINS is because there's something for each of those letters, but also because it actually came to me whilst I was in the shower and the drain was blocked. And I was thinking, why isn't this water draining away? And I believe that it should be the same with your money, that you should be able to flow in and flow out as you need it and as you see fit for whatever your lifestyle is. So making sure that your drains are completely clear so that money can come in and money can go out freely in the ways in which you need it to for your lifestyle, for me, is of utmost importance. And I think that's why I'm different as a financial coach, because I will very much encourage you to be spending your money, enjoying your money, using it to enrich your life. So for me, it's really important that your drains are clear and that your money is free flowing in and free flowing out as you need it. So let's go through this drains analogy and let you know what each of the different elements are. So first of all, the D is for diversity. I'm sure you will have heard it before, but the best thing you can do with any money that you've got is making sure that it's as diverse as possible and that you're not keeping all of your money in one place. So that age-old saying of keeping your eggs all in one basket is absolutely not the case with money. So please don't do that, and certainly only hold the amount of money in cash that you need to have readily available to you. So making sure that your wealth and your money is held in lots of different diverse places. So you could hold some of it in cash, you could invest some of it, you could have some of it in your property, some in a pension, a real spread of loads of different places, and ensuring that when the money is invested or it is in a pension for the longer term, that again, that is also very diverse, and that you're not just putting, I would never advocate someone just going and buying a load of Tesco shares, for example, because that's not you being diverse, because you're just investing a lot of money all in one company. So by spreading your money over and being diverse then spreads the risk and also gives you a higher opportunity of wealth. And just as a reminder there, I'm not a financial advisor, but I have worked in banking for 20 years. So when you are thinking about how diverse your money is, then I would always suggest that you use a financial advisor to put together a plan for you and ensuring that your money is held as diversely as possible. The second element of drains is routine. Now, we all know that life needs routine, but so does your money. You need to make sure that you're adding to it regularly, adding to your savings and investings regularly, just the same as you need your income coming through regularly. And reviewing your wealth on at least a monthly basis, which does come through to our next point, which is the A for assessment. So making sure that you do your review, you look exactly what's working for you, what's not working for you, where your money may be leaking unnecessarily. So when I talk about money flowing in and out, I'm talking it flowing out as your choice. You're having it available and choosing where it goes. But if money is leaking, then that can be sometimes where you're paying too much for something, or maybe you've got some charges on there that you didn't realise. Maybe there's a direct debit that you haven't cancelled where you've ended a subscription or something like that, and you just haven't cancelled the direct debits. And the other thing that I like to always mention when I think about assessment is, are there any of your bills that need renegotiating or changing? And again, this is something where a lot of people fall short because they don't review their incomings and their outgoings on a regular basis, and then they might miss an opportunity to renegotiate any of their standard bills. So keep really tight to that. So routine, keeping it regular, and assessment, making sure that you're reviewing it on a regular basis and looking at all those ins and outs, keeping a tight eye on your money leaks. The fourth element is income. No big surprise, but obviously if there's a blocker with your income, then it is going to cause a problem with your drains. It's going to cause a problem with your money flowing in. And of course, then in turn, that goes into your money flowing out as well. So something that I would challenge you all on is to be pushing to negotiate, influence, and increase your income. You know, being opaque and having those discussions with your line manager when the opportunity comes up, or maybe you're going to push yourself to go for a promotion, or maybe you're going to go and look to changing career and working somewhere else to be able to earn more money. I talk about this within the money languages, that one key element of a great relationship with money is to be a money maker. And that's one of the elements of the money languages. And if those of you that have listened to that episode, you'll know that there are 5 money languages, in my opinion. Money maker is one of them. And I believe if you can balance out all 5 of those, then you're going to be putting yourselves in a great position. So income, money making has got to be on your agenda. Now, if you maybe you're feeling like you're being held back by an income ceiling, this is a really important point to remember. And I've got a personal story to share with you that I'm actually going to be talking about next week around this subject, because I always thought that I had a good income. I was working in the corporate world. I was senior leadership. And so I was earning well. But I didn't realise that I was actually being held back by an income ceiling, because, of course, in every corporate industry, there'll always be like tiered incomes for different grades and things like that. So the maximum amount had already been set for me that I would ever earn. And of course, you know, when you do get into senior leadership, when your boss is the same grade as you, for example, then there is an income ceiling there. And if you are a paid employee, you will always be beholden to an income ceiling unless you are largely commission based. So I would suggest you have a think about that approach and maybe other ways in which you can make some extra income, or maybe diverting completely and becoming self-employed if you can see that there is a higher place for you to be earning money, balancing out, of course, your home and your work balance. So for me, being cautious of not being held back on your income ceiling is a really important subject, and we'll be talking about that next week with a question from the audience. Okay, the fifth element is negative effect. Very similar to what I talked about with the assessment. Check out any items that may be having a negative impact on your wealth. So maybe you've put some money somewhere and it's not working as well as it was originally, or maybe you're paying out for something that you no longer need or doesn't serve you anymore, or maybe there's something that you're doing with your money that's actually having a counterbalance within your money flowing. So being cautious of anything that's having a negative effect on your money coming in or your money going out is the fifth element of drains, and really important. And then lastly, similar to routine but not quite, is all around structure. You've heard me talk many, many times on this podcast about giving your money a structure so that you have different pots for different goals and that you're actively working towards them. And I would actually encourage you to be writing down some of your goals that you may have in the future. So what things are coming up in the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, even 10 years if you want to go that far, so that you can start planning in advance. And I'm a strong believer in structuring your money in advance of you getting paid. So when you get your pay slip, you know how much you're getting into your account. You can then decide then where the money's going to go to, and then make it happen on the day that that salary hits your account, so that you're deciding in advance where you're going to spend the money. And you will have heard in one of my previous episodes around making sure that there's also a pot of money for you to enjoy, a treat fund, as it were, because I don't believe in having a strict budget where you're depriving yourself of something. Similarly to diet, really, everything in moderation. So this is the reason why I'm calling this methodology DRAINS. So just in summary, you've got diversifying, routine, assessment, income, negative effect, and structure. Now, if your drains are blocked, or there's an area that I've discussed today that is not working correctly for you and therefore it's causing a blocked drain, meaning your money isn't flowing in and out freely, then you know the way to tackle it, and making sure that you're regularly looking through that DRAINS methodology, that DRAINS analogy, to ensure that there's no blockers there that are causing your money to be stopping flowing in and flowing out as you need it. So once you've identified that area, then you can have the most impact in the easiest way, because you know exactly where it's coming from and you can pinpoint it really easily. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope that's opened your eyes to a new perspective, and we look forward to seeing you again on the podcast. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to Money Savvy Parents. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please subscribe and post your money questions within a review for future episodes. If you want to learn more, then please join my Money Savvy Parents Facebook group or club on Clubhouse. Let's remove the taboo from money together.